Texas is a really big spotlight team this year. I think a lot of you already spotlight Texas every year because there is a crowd that wants to call Texas back, and then there is another crowd that likes to call Texas perennially overrated, and then there's the model, which thinks Texas could beat the Chiefs, and I just described 100% of college football fans. Everybody is encompassed in one of those three compartments. 8-5 last year. Now, I want to pause because I have to apologize. As has been pointed out to me by several of our listeners and viewers, I, for whatever reason, just have it in my mind Texas won 7 games last year. And you can't even explain it away as, well, you must mean regular season, and then they just lost, they just won the bowl game. No, they lost the bowl game. So they had 8 regular season wins. And for some reason, I don't know if you ever do that, you just misremember something. I flat out misremembered Texas's win total. So anyway, they won 8 in the regular season last year off of a 5-win season the year before. In Fortson, where I'm from, we call that progress, at least linearly. They have back-to-back top 5 recruiting cycles, so there's some good energy around the program. But this is not just a preview. What should we expect from Texas? This is about them being a spotlight team this year. Keystone program, meaning, very simply, we use that term sometimes, what happens there extends in impact well beyond just Austin, Texas. They return 85% production from a top 20 offense from last year, or a top 20 team in a lot of cases. I in the model, me in the model, although we've been on the outs with Texas recently, would have power rated them top 20. But defense, that's what I want to talk to you about for just a second, and then I'm going to tell you why I think this is it's a show me year. So this is a Keystone program and a show me year. Anytime we get that, if Bama were to ever slip under Saban and it was a show me year, if Georgia slipped under Kirby, Ohio State, you could kind of describe as being in a show me year this year. Anytime these really big brands are in a show me year, always really good theater. Even if you don't really care about the football aspect, if you're just into the high stakes drama, the storytelling, even this is for you. Their defense last year, 28th in points per game allowed. Did you know that? I don't think some of you did. And the reason is because you're still drunk on 97th in defensive points per game a year ago. They dramatically improved defensively last year. I think in week 2 when Bama went in there, and the final, Jesse, wasn't it like 20-19? I should know, I was there. People looked at that and said, ooh, Bama just had kind of an off day. Maybe they did. Texas was not a bad defensive outfit last year, so that's kind of quietly been happening, and it's been overshadowed by a lot of the quarterback stuff. There's signs of improvement there. They're obvious. The thing that people will continue to throw in your face, which is every bit within their right until it changes, is Sark is 2-7 against top 25 teams at Texas, and all 7 of those losses have been by 1 possession. So you got the 1 possession stat. I think he's like 4-10 overall in 1 possession games, but 7 of those have been against top 25 competition. I guess the good news is they haven't been getting blown out there. But I want you to consider this. This is where it extends beyond Texas. Think about the SEC ramifications for just a second. Because it's no breaking news that Texas, along with Oklahoma, are in their last go-around. It's their last hurrah. Last trip around the merry-go-round there in the Big 12. And then they're going to go to the SEC. Well, before they do that, we're going to play this upcoming season. And we're going to start to get a really good feel for where Texas is going to be, because there's a pecking order. They're going to slide in somewhere. Are they going to be the 8th best program or the 2nd best program? Stiff competition, you know that awaits you. Where do you fit into it? You got scenario A, Texas wins double-digit games this year. Obviously, they would continue to recruit at a high level. That means quarterback has worked out for Sark, and all of a sudden, they look like a really powerful program coming into the SEC. Or scenario B plays out, and it's just another 6 or 7 win campaign. No one's really impressed by it. They would not have won the Big 12. They're not in playoff contention. They're probably out of it by, mid-November. And at that point, you're watching yourself very unsure. You're a little wobbly as a program, and you're going into very, very shark-infested waters. That matters a lot. It matters a lot because, see, there are some programs, I'm going to talk about one in a second, that are in the SEC right now. Not Bama, not Georgia, but some other programs. Think about Auburn. How do they view Texas and Oklahoma? Arkansas, South Carolina, Florida. So how do those programs view Texas and OU? Because depending on how they start performing in years 3 and 2 of their head coaching regimes respectively, they could come in above you or below you in the SEC. Only so many so many. Yeah, that's right. Only so many wins to go around once they get over there. Where do they slot? That's what you'll start to figure out this year. Consider the college football playoff ramifications this year. They have the 9th best odds to win the title, do the Texas Longhorns, but that is tops in the Big 12. I think that surprises people every year when they see it. But yes, Texas plus 2,000 to win the college football playoff national title. The next closest in the Big 12 is OU, and they're plus 4,000. So Texas comfortably sitting atop the odds market. That definitively means they'll be the preseason favorite to win the Big 12. You can make of that what you will. Pretty elite wide receiver room, by my estimation. Defensive line has been vastly upgraded there. They've got experience in the offensive line, and like we talked about, and like we'll continue to talk about and hear everyone talk about, Quinn Ewers, Arch Manning. That's about as good as you can do putting together a quarterback room. But what happens at Texas this year is going to have impact felt far beyond just Austin, Texas.